I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home.
Sorry, bonding moment. Okay, enough messing about. What we're doing now, we need to start touching her up. No, we don't. We need to start setting her up. Jesus Christ, what is going on today? Sound like a buggy perv. Right, we need to set this car up. Here at Professor Bretsky's, we are highly trained professionals. Okay. Thanks for joining me. We are in part 5. And we're going to set this buggy up. Okay. Now, we can't set it up completely properly. We can only do things by eye at the minute. It isn't until we do our first run and see how the car reacts, isn't until we've got all the bits and pieces in there because it adds extra weight, that we can do the proper setup. Do a run, see how it is, see how it performs, see if it goes straight, come back, start tweaking. Tinkering, as I like to call it. I do like to tinker. So, yeah. Let's start. What should we start with? Let's start with the chassis. Now, I showed you how we lower it, how we hire it, blah blah blah. But how do you know if it's level each side? Well, it's a simple trick that a good friend of mine taught me. I'll show you. Okay, so one of the first things I want to check is if the wheels are, toe and camber, if they're all straight and lovely. And you can probably see here, this one's fine. It's pretty straight. So is the rear. However, this one, okay, so what we have to do is we have to take this top arm out, just unscrew it, okay. Come on, bloody screw. Okay, pop that out like that. Okay, turn it inwards. We'll go with that. So in other words, I've just made that go that way. And before I do it up, I'll come down. And it's still off, so I just need to turn the other side now so it goes further in until we're straight. Okay, so looking pretty straight. Looking pretty straight. I'm happy with that. Now we need to check the chassis. Okay, so how do we check the chassis? As you know, we've been screwing down the grub screws to lower the chassis. But you need to make sure you've got it the same each side. And the best way to do that is to get your finger dead in the middle here. Okay, so you can see. But my finger's dead in the middle, and then lift it. Now you can already see this wheel is getting off the ground before the other one. Let me do it here so you can see. See that? That one's lifting before the other one's even coming off the ground. Which means I've got the chassis down too far this side, or up too much on this side. So I'll give it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns maybe. Just balance it out. Oh, a little bit too much. Go back in 1 turn. Lift it up. Perfect, look. Both wheels are coming off the ground exactly the same time. Now you know you've got the chassis completely level at the rear. I'll just do the same with the front. Alright, so that's pretty much your basic setup. All we can really do for now, before we run her and see how she goes. So, let's get some goodies into this bad boy. Or bad girl. I don't know what it is yet. Okay, so the first item on the agenda is the centre diff. As I said to you before, we've got a solid spool on here. No gears, just an 8mm bar with the spur on. And I'll sit on there, something like that. I'm going to need my drive shafts. All fingers and thumbs. So you probably can't even see what I've played down there. Just put the drive shafts in. And now we shall screw her in. Okay. Lovely jubbly. What's going to be next? Right, the motor, I suppose. This, you would think, is a Castle Creations 2650 kV motor. You'd be wrong, because it's a 2200. However, this is a 2650, but it's still not a Castle Creations. It's actually a fake. It's a cheap Chinese copy. I bought on eBay for £28. It is a beast. Get yourself one. Don't care if it's fake, right? They are brilliant. Now you also notice I haven't got normal connectors, XT90s or Deans or anything like that. 8mm bullets. It's the best for power transfer and more power and clean electricity, all that good stuff. So now we just need to put this on the motor. Like so, and then that will slide on. Lovely, like that. Now we need a pin. Goodies, goodies, goodies. Look how organised I am. This is the most organised you'll ever see me, and there's no more organisation anywhere else in this shed. Right. So I think we're going to start with the opinion that I can't find. No, let's go with this 29 bad boy. Okay, so put this on here. Okay, now another tip. I'll zoom you in. A lot of people make the mistake of pushing their motor up against here and having it as tight as possible. Absolutely the worst thing you can ever do. It's going to cause friction, it's going to slow the car down. You need to have a bit of slack in there. Now, a good friend of mine told me, now, most of my tips come from a guy called Martin Peace, who lives in Orkney, off the coast of Scotland. He's my buddy. He's my buddy. I'll put a link in the description for his YouTube channel. He does some cool stuff. All his cool builds and his speed runs and his bashing. He's #1 guy. Anyway, another one of his tips is to get the mesh right, you need to hear that little clinky clink, which you won't get if it's uptight. You want to hear that. So while I've got that, I'll put the first screw in and just kind of pinch it. Make sure we still got it. It's cool. And I'll put the second one in because there's two here. Pinch that, and we're good to go. So we'll tighten right up. Perfect mesh. Okay, now ordinarily you'd have a metal plate like this, something like this anyway, go on here, keep everything steady. I've made my own out of ABS plastic with a bit of Velcro on because I need this as a platform for my ESC. So I'll just quickly put this on, he says. Okay, it's all on there, lovely. We're all looking good. Now, onto the ESC. Plop. Alright guys, so this is a beast of an ESC, probably one of the best out there nowadays at the moment. The Mamba XLX Castle Creations. Okay. Now, these are quite expensive, alright. 160 something pounds probably after shipping and stuff. So I don't expect everyone to have one of these, and you don't need one of these to start off in speedrunning. In fact, you're probably better off going lower grade and building your way up. I have for 2 years before I got myself one of these bad boys. But let me show you what I've done. We've got the battery wires coming out here to connect to the battery. We've also got soldered on another set of connectors, and these are for my cat pack. Let's talk about cat packs. You may have seen at the beginning of the video, this is my sponsor. It is not just a random sponsor. Ripple Killer cat packs. What is a cat pack and what does it do? Well, it does what it says on the tin. Ripple Killer. Right? It's a pack of capacitors. You can see in there. And its primary functions are, when you've got a large flow of power coming from the battery to the ESC and then to the motor, it goes like this. Okay? What this does in between the battery and the ESC, it takes all that and makes it go nice and smooth. Kills the ripples, kills the spikes and all the crap that's going on, and gives it a nice smooth raw power to the ESC, which makes the ESC run more efficiently for as long as its life, and delivers more power to the motor, which equals speed. There are many out there, but none like this one. The reason, now, if you've got a normal ESC, these would be your battery wires coming out. You have to like cut a niche out of the sleeve and solder a cat pack to the leads, or you can solder wires onto with connectors like me, so you can just connect it, because there are different cat packs for different applications. This is the one I'll be using. This is for a 4S run, this is for 6S, and there are lots of different ones, and I am on the understanding that Ripple Killer are in the process of research and design to make cat packs for all manner of applications, not just speed ones. We're talking crawlers, bashers, track racers, even speed boats. Hey, maybe even in some planes. I could see a jet coming past with one of these attached, you know what I mean? Anyway, big shout out to Ripple Killer. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. He is a good buddy of mine, but that's not why I use these only, because they are just brilliant and they are proven all over the world. They are being used all over the world by some of the fastest guys in the world. I've seen one of these bad boys on a car doing 160. You can't argue with that. I believe these are the best out there. I believe cat pack of the future. Ripple Killer, let them lead the way. If I only knew what was going on inside. Because I don't. At the end of the day, all you need to know is, right, these work. So get one. Put it on your car. Link in the description so you can check them out on Facebook. Awesome. Stuart Much, love you, baby. Okay, so, cat pack on the car. Let's get it done. Okay, all that's left is to hook everything up to the receiver, put the battery in, and we're good to go, people. So, steering servo first. You've got number 1 and number 2 on your receiver. Number 1 is the steering, like so. Number 2 is the ESC. Remember, 1 to turn, 2 to burn, baby. Woohoo! Okay. Battery in and fire up. Okay, now like I said to you, we're going to start slow and work our way up. We're going to go 4S, but I'm actually going to start even lower with this minuscule 3S battery. It's not going to make any crazy speeds, alright, on this little 3S battery. It's not even a very good one, 30, 40 discharge. It should still pull about 55, 60-ish at the tops, I reckon. Which is plenty quick enough for us to see if the car's going straight, alright. If I'm happy with the way the car runs after the first run with this 3S, I'll quickly throw the 4S in and we'll do another run. And then we'll come back and do some tweaking. But for now, I'll put this in. Okay, the battery's in. Let's hook her up, baby. It's alive!